Hello and welcome to a session I'm calling Total Body Band Stretch. It is ideal if you have a band in which we will be supporting all our stretching endeavors today, or you could use a towel or a belt or nothing at all. So let's start lying down on our back, my favorite way to begin. And we're going to start at the lower body, specifically the backs of the legs and the outer hip area. So find your band and place the foot into the band. Let's flex the foot to already start to feel a stretch through the back of the ankle and the calf muscle. Depending on how you feel, you could extend the bottom leg so both legs are straight. And we're going to stay here and breathe in and breathe out. You can try walking the hands up a little higher on the band and drawing the leg a little closer to you. You can also put a bend in that top knee just to back off from the intensity of the stretch. And then on your next exhale, extend the leg, straightening the leg. And let's soften the shoulders, neck, arms, and face. Take a look at the foot into the band and see if one edge of the foot, the inner edge or the outer edge, is pressing more into the band, and try to even that out. So if I look at my foot, my baby toe edge is higher up to the sky. So I'm going to press through the bottom of that big toe. Try to even it out from side to side, from edge to edge on the foot. Big inhale. Nice long letting go exhale. Maybe the leg comes a little closer to you. And now we're going to take that top leg across the midline. Now you'll notice the more the foot is flexed, the more intense the stretch you'll feel. As you're crossing the leg over the center line, you'll start to generate more sensation or more stretch alongside the outer leg, the outer hip, that abductor, side of the glute area. Feel free to bend both legs or one leg as much as you need to. You're going to do the breath test, so see if you can take that deep inhale and long exhale. And if you can go a little further with the stretch, maybe straightening more, flexing more, crossing over more. If you find you're holding the breath or restricting the breath, you may need to back off, bending the legs or bringing the leg back towards the center. Let's go for one more inhale, exhale here. And on your next in-breath, we will slowly bring the leg back to the center and switch the foot. Starting slowly and gently. Just check in with the breath. Flex the foot, pull the toes towards you. Check out the alignment of the foot from side to side. See if one side is pressing more into the band and try to balance it out. Perhaps both legs can straighten. Try another round of breathing. And perhaps you can draw the leg a little closer towards you, lengthen through the back of the knee, and flex through the front of the ankle, pulling the toes down, lifting the heel up, breathing into the stretch, into the sensations throughout the legs, hips, back, body. You can reach up a little higher on the band, or you can allow those arms just to relax, elbows resting down. And now we'll take that leg across the midline, starting to stretch through the AB abductor muscle, the outside of the leg and hip. Hold and breathe. See how this side feels compared to the first side. If one side feels much more intense, or perhaps you have an injury or sensitivity on one side, the side that is more intense, you should spend a little bit more time on that side. Let's lengthen through the knee, through the back of the knee. Let's see if another millimeter or so we can draw the leg over. Now I'm keeping both of my hips down, so my low back is resting into the mat. Not lifting that hip. Really pressing evenly through the balls of the foot. I switched over to the opposite hand, holding the band. You can always hold with both hands. Let's stay for one more breath here. Nice big inhale. Long letting go. Exhale. On your next inhale from here, we're going to slowly bring it back to the center. And then let's release the band. Release the leg. Just stretch out the legs, maybe shake out the knees a little. Take the legs from side to side. See how you feel. Check in with the breath. Bend the knees. Hold the backs of the legs just to do a little rock and roll up to a seated position. Our next stretch, stretch number 2, will be from a seated position. I'm going to sit right up on top of this towel. And this is going to stretch through the inner thighs and the groin area, as well as through the side body. And you might feel this in the hip and the abdomen area, depending on where your tight muscles are. So I'm going to bring the band under that extended leg, under the heel of the extended leg. The heel is going to anchor the band into the ground. So holding the band with the same side arm to begin, our other arm is going to open out to the side, palm up. Let's inhale. Exhale, let's fold over the leg. Now what we're going to try to do is find some contact between the band and the top hand. See if you can switch the hand that's holding the band and allow the band, the tension in the band, to bring you deeper into that stretch. Now you can let the head go. You'll get a little stretch through the neck as well. The bottom hand, the bottom arm can be forward or can hold on to the leg or the ankle or the foot. You can even bring it behind you. Keep that breath going. Maybe walking the hands a little lower down the band towards the foot, deepening our stretch through our shoulder, our side body, the muscles between the ribs, the hip, anchoring that opposite sitting bone, both sitting bones, especially the opposite sitting bone down, letting that opposite knee flop out to the side. So look down. This might feel better in your neck. You can stay here. You can try looking up just to see how it feels. Look forward. Let's stay one more breath. Now I'm going to let go of the band and start lifting that top arm first and then coming back to the center. Just really being mindful and gentle with how we're coming out of these deep poses, these deep stretches. Let's switch the legs, extend the other leg. Just see how that feels. The leg is out to the side, not in front of you. And then let's set up our band underneath that heel. So the heaviness of the heel is going to anchor the band in place. And this knee might be quite high, which means your hip is a little tight. You can just use the weight of your hand, stay for a few breaths, maybe sit up a little higher on a pillow, just to get gravity to help you release tightness, tension, holding, gripping that might be keeping that knee lifted as opposed to relaxing down. Open up the palm to the sky and let's arc our way over. Find the side body, bend, and now find the band with the top hand. Let the bottom arm go, let it drop. Breathe in. Breathe out. See how one side feels compared to the other. This side feels a little tighter for me. So I might stay here a little bit longer, or I might do this side body stretch twice on this side, on the side that's tighter. Might feel some shaky muscles. That's okay. Just keep the breath flowing and maybe flex that bottom foot or both feet. Flex both feet. Protect the knees. Stay active. And try walking the hand a little lower down the band. Let the head drop. Let the sitting bones anchor. Looking down. Or looking up. Or staying with the gaze forward. Bottom hand can hold on to the foot for a little bit more enhanced lateral flexing. If you're feeling very emotional, side body bends and side body stretches are a great remedy to start to neutralize or balance those emotions. And then slowly release the band. Take that top arm up and open. And slowly returning to the center. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. If you're okay staying seated, we'll cross both legs. You might want to sit up in a chair or come to kneeling or even come to standing for this next one, which is going to be a great opener for the chest, the front of the shoulders, through the biceps and arms. We're going to probably hold wider than our shoulders, but you can adjust as you go. Try not to open or flex the wrists like this. Try to lengthen through your knuckles, keep the wrists neutral, and start to lift the band up to the sky. Stay here and breathe. All is well. We're going to start to send the band and the arms back behind you. You're welcome to pause at any point or even take the hands wider apart to accommodate a lot of tightness in this part of the body. This is such a great stretch to do to combat all of our forward rounding with our driving and computer work and gravity pulling us forward all the time. We're going to open it up. Sit up tall. If you're feeling your leg muscles or your hips working too much, we might need to put you in another position. We can try dropping the chin. You might feel some stretch differently in the neck or upper back. We can try lifting the chin, looking up. Breathing in, keep the breath flowing, and see if we can drop the arms a little bit more behind you. On your next exhale, the shoulder blades squeeze. If you feel like you're really arching your spine forward, try a little bit more core connection, bringing those abs in and ribs in. Same with your chin and neck. Try not to jut it forward. Pull it in. Work those postural muscles as we stretch deeply through the shoulders, arms, and chest. Open the heart. Get a little bit more loving and compassionate through your breath work here. This is a heart opener, chest opener. You can let the arms drop another inch. Stay calm. Everything is fine. Everything is going to be fine. Breathe into that knowledge. And let the arms drop all the way down now. Take a breath. There might be a little tingliness there, so let the blood flow. Come back into the hands if that's the case. And then very slow motion, start to reach away. Breathe in, sit tall. Slowly bring it back. If there's any part where the elbow wants to bend or the shoulder wants to pop out of alignment or the ribs want to pop, then you're going to hold wider. Keeping your alignment and your breath is the most important thing. Slowly continue to lift. We have one more stretch after this. Listen to your body. Yay. Nice. And let's complete that stretch. Just interlacing the hands, the fingers, and doing a few circles both directions for any tension in the wrist, palms area. Okay, might need a towel for this next one underneath the knee because we'll be in a lunge position and we'll be putting some pressure on the bottom knee. Take a step forward with your opposite foot. I'm going to just take off my socks so I have a little bit more grip into the mat. So now we're going to be stretching through the front of the leg, the quadricep, the hip. You might feel the abdominals. And we'll stay here for our first breath or two. I'm coming up a little higher, hands on the knee, just because the focus is the front of the leg. You can have your hands on blocks. You can bring your hands to the ground. Okay, so part two is going to be using the band. And if you have your left leg back, you're going to turn to your right. You're going to turn into that front leg. I'm making a little loop in my band. And I'm going to, and this could be the tricky part, try to pick up my foot by bending the back knee and lassoing, so to speak, my foot into the band. Once I've successfully achieved that mission, I'm going to bend my top elbow, pulling the foot closer, generating a stretch in the hip, quadricep, knee area. Lift the heart, lift the chest. There's a twist here into that front leg. Breathe in deeply. Exhale completely. Flex the back foot so the band slips to the ankle. And see if we can pull it in a little closer. Let's stay here for one more breath. Try not to slouch down into this bottom shoulder. Create space. Lift up and look up to the ceiling. Slowly on your next inhale, let's start to extend the top arm, releasing the back leg and lifting the hips, slowly coming out of that lunge. If you're using a towel, you'll just reposition it to the other side. Foot number two, big step forward. So let's start. So you see that my hips are not too high, they're dropping forward, and I'm bringing both hands up to that front leg, this knee on top of the ankle here. We can bend into that front knee, but let's just be aware that the knee is not pushing beyond the toes. After a nice deep stretch session, you should feel much better, more zen, more balanced, more calm, more tranquil. So I'm going to place the opposite hand down just to find my band, make a loop, twisting towards that front knee, looking over that back shoulder. Now this takes a little bit of hamstring strength. We're going to bend, pull that heel towards you, and try to loop the band over the back foot. Great. Now we're going to bend. I'm just going to reposition how I'm holding the band, and elbow is going to bend, pulling the foot towards the body a little closer. Let's stay calm. I know it's exciting. Some might say intense. But we're going to use the power of the breath get through it. There's a twist happening here. Let's lift the heart and flex the back foot. Stay and breathe with your happy thoughts, or bring the band a little tighter, pulling the back foot a little closer. Let's go for one more breath here. Okay, very slowly, on your next inhale, we'll start to extend that arm. Release the band in the back leg. Both hands to the mat. Let's lift the hips. Bring the legs back. Just coming into a low kneeling position or taking a child's pose or shaking it out, wherever you need to do. Take a few breaths here. Let's turn the palms up. Close the eyes as you inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale. Any residual tension or tightness, exhale it out. Let it go. Last time. And thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.